Now, this morning, as we were just mentioning, a Herald story by political editor Thomas Coughlin reports that a poll set to be released today will show National headed for its disastrous 2020 election defeat if there was an election held tomorrow. The Herald understands the Taxpayers Union poll done by Curia has National around the 28% mark, 2.5 points above their 25.5% from the 2020 election. Paul Goldsmith, the National Minister, joins us this morning along with Willie Jackson from Labor for this and other issues. Good morning.
Morning.
Good to see you both.
Yeah.
How are you, Goldie?
Very good.
Very good. Is that about right, what you've been briefed, the 28%?
Oh, look, I haven't seen the poll, so we'll wait and see. But, there's no secret. It's been a couple of reasonably tough weeks, but we're going to turn that around. No need to panic.
I know you haven't seen the poll, but have you been briefed on the number?
Huh? Well, I haven't seen the poll, so it's all speculation.
Yeah, but internally, I know you've been briefed.
Well, I'm not going to go into our internal stuff. Look, the reality is
that
we've had 3 years of tough economic times. So people are still grumpy, but you've got to be real about why have we had 3 years of tough economic times. It's because his government overcooked the COVID response, massively overspent, led to inflation, led to higher interest rates, and so that's been a sort of tough period. We've been in government trying to get that sorted out, but we've got no money to spend.
No, I agree with you, but the question is whether you guys went too far the other way and turned the tap off too quickly.
Well, we had to turn the tap off because it was, we're running massive deficits and we've got real issues.
Do you think on 28%, people in the caucus will be asking questions about your leader?
No, I think what we're focused on is, yep, you can ask the question today, are you feeling happy? And a lot of people are still feeling like life is very tough. Very different question when you get to the election, because when you get to the election, you've got a choice. Do you want these guys or do you want those guys?
But that doesn't explain why they're voting for Winston. He's in government with you and he's Mr. Popular.
Well, things come and go. Nothing to worry about there.
Will Luxon?
No, he won't be going anywhere. He's doing a very good job.
Okay.
And,
so you'll support him. You support him 100% through the election.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Willie, what do you make of? Well, I mean, we don't know your number yet.
Oh, it'll be more than theirs. Well, put your money on it. Well, we could be looking at the future Prime Minister sitting by us.
Oh, he's a troublemaker.
He could be you could have just the first interview with he could be Prime Minister by the end of the day. I was reading Matthew Hooton's article this morning, and he said Goldie is one of the ones who could step up. It's been a totally disastrous week for these guys, and it's got to the point where they're so desperate now they're bullying Television New Zealand to get stories up. If it's not the police minister doing the bullying, it's the broadcasting minister. And now what do they? Well, they can't bully their own pollsters, can they? Because David Farrar does their polls.
Hang on, you've had a shocker too, Willie. You've had a shocker too. Well, you came on this show. You came on this show and you said, the English language bill from New Zealand First, racist, terrible. And then what did you do when the vote happened?
Hang your head in shame, Willie. Hang your head in shame.
Hang your head in shame, Willie.
I'm very clear. I never said it was racist. I never mentioned that word whatsoever. I said it was a waste of time. It's a stupid bill.
But we'll still vote for
it. So what'd you do?
No, we're not going to play Winston's game.
What'd you do?
No, him and Goldie.
Come on, what'd you do, Willie?
Him and Goldie are sitting there going, you watch Willie, he's going to explode. The Labor's going to... No, we're not going to get into those race wars. We're
Willie, you start them. You can't light the fire and walk away.
We're just moving on. Let Winston have a stupid bill. The Māori language is not going to be affected. There's no funding affected. Anything like that.
So it doesn't matter.
We're not interested in race wars. We're interested in what's happening in this country. The National Party's in big trouble. You've got the leader who could be usurped.
All right.
You've had your day.
All right.
Okay, you've had your
and Labor's on a roll.
Paul, Minister, I should say, do you, when it comes to the TVNZ thing, I listened to the Spanish Inquisition you got in Parliament.
I did. Had a good thorough workout.
Yeah, 13 minutes or so. Longer than most TVNZ programs, I think.
Big half volleys out wide, and anyway, we dealt with them one by one.
Ruben was on fire.
But you said, what did you say? When you responded to the chair on the phone call, you may have what?
Grunted.
Right. What exactly what does that mean?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was just look.
Can you give us what does that sound like?
Okay, right. You got that right?
I got it.
That's how a minister responds, That's the level we've dropped to.
That there is a serious issue here. You don't want politicians, because if the shoe was on the other foot and Willie was getting involved and there was board members that he'd appointed and that people were getting involved with editorial decisions that
sure.
you would be up in arms.
Yeah, it's pretty clear cut in the sense that ministers can't direct TVNZ or Radio New Zealand for that matter, and we don't. Doesn't mean we don't argue with journalists, and we do that on a regular basis. They critique us, we could critique them. That's fine. And so that was that. In terms of the board does have an interest in I'm going to go back to TVNZ. What am I interested in? We want them to be fiscally sustainable. We want them to make a living. We want them to grow their audiences. We want them to deliver good quality local content. But we also want them to improve the overall levels of trust, because that is an issue across the media, across many institutions. There's been a falling off of trust, and so you want to
doesn't stories like this erode it?
Well,
in a way?
That's why I think the board should be interested in the broader issue, but they certainly don't get involved in individual decisions.
Okay. Willie, I mean, you're former broadcasting minister, Willie. Would you have...
Oh, never.
Look at him.
Yeah, the
He's
smile.
smirking.
Did you ever... Hang on. Well, let's be clear.
he would have.
Let's be clear, Willie. Did you ever pick up the phone and complain to anyone?
No, never once.
What,
Never once.
at TVNZ or RNZ about any of their coverage?
I used to always complain to TVNZ and RNZ when I was outside there, out working outside.
But as a minister?
Absolutely not, because there are some clear lines. Let's go back to what this was all about. This was about their make-believe survey, this make-believe, the survey.
The
official Ministry of Justice.
No. This is a feeling survey. This is about...
That's what surveys are.
No, this is about feelings. This is not about real facts, Ryan.
Hang on. It's people's real opinions.
It's actually not opinions. It's about whether you experienced violent crime in the last year.
Goldie and them come out and they go, there's 49,000 people who feel better. The reality was that the crime rate was dropping anyway, Ryan. The crime rate was dropping anyway.
Is it dropping or is it not dropping?
No, it was dropping anyway.
So it is dropping.
Before the National Party policies.
No, it wasn't.
I'm confused.
And then you've always been confused, but the national policies, National Party comes in and they inherit this drop in crime rate. Then they put out all these nonsensical lines.
I do need to respond to this.
Yes, please do, Paul. Minister.
But can I finish? But we know that
if you said something truthful, I might let you
finish.
finish.
Drug rates are going through the roof. Gang numbers are going through the roof. Then what happens? Mark Mitchell starts bullying TVNZ, and then Goldie follows it up with his grunts.
Can I just
Yes, you can, very quickly, because then we need to move on to something else.
We've got a big survey. The survey asks people whether they have experienced violent crime in the last year. So it's not feelings, it's whether they've experienced violent crime in the last year. It was going up massively in the last year or two of Labor's government. And we've turned it around. There's 49,000 fewer New Zealanders who have experienced violent crime.
It is. What he's saying is true.
That's great progress.
What he's saying is true.
It's a feeling.
But do you know what? When it comes to crime, one thing I've learned over the years, you can both strap yourselves in for a lesson here. It is about feelings.
Yeah.
It is. But how do you feel? Do you feel safe when you walk down the street or whatever? And people will either say yes or they will say no. And I think, on balance, more people would say yes now than they would have 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. But that was post-COVID. Remember?